Maureen, he was a leading member of an elite Air Force fighter squadron. Now he's sharing his story of one of the most dangerous jobs in air combat. Joining us this morning is Lieutenant Colonel Dan Hampton, author of the new book, Viper Pilot, a memoir of air combat, which also made the New York Times bestseller list. Congratulations to that.
Thank you. It's a pleasant surprise.
Thanks for being here. So, for those who might not understand exactly what you do, what your position was, can you kind of share with us about that?
Most of the time I was a wild weasel, which is...
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great name. There's another story behind that. It's in the book. But a wild weasel is a type of person that goes out and finds surface-to-air missile sites that are shooting and takes care of them so they don't shoot down any other aircraft. So you go out and you get shot at, you're bait, and then you deal with it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I imagine there are a lot of behind-the-scenes stories that most of us probably wouldn't get to hear unless we're good friends with you or family members. So can you maybe share one story that you put in this book that might surprise some of your readers? Yeah,
there's some humor in this book too, and one of the stories that I think is the funniest in hindsight is one day I was flying over Baghdad during the last war, and we didn't know it at the time, but the zoo had been bombed out. So as I'm flying over downtown Baghdad, the rooftops, I look down, I see a giraffe run across the main thoroughfare. Not something you expect to see in a city under siege. Yeah, so there's things like that that are mentioned.
You really paint like a vivid picture through your memory, you know, so that we can see. And putting your experience in words, was it challenging at all to kind of go back there? I mean, I'm sure there are great memories as well, but as well as the other side.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. There's a lot of things that you compartmentalize and try to put behind you to some degree, and to go back and have to dredge all that up again wasn't something I had ever thought I'd do. I had to for the book, and I think getting it out it makes interesting reading, and it was good for me too. So
when you say it was good for you, what's the one thing you hope that your readers will get out of this from reading your experiences?
I hope that they will get somewhat of a glimpse into the life of at least one fighter pilot. It's not a world that gets discussed much or revealed much. And I'd like them to see what a lot of guys have been doing, you know, for everybody in America over the years, because this takes place over 20 years. You know, we never left the Middle East. So these are some stories about not just me, but a lot of guys that did this for us.
And I think a lot of appreciation and support from the military as well. So thank you so much. And today you have a book signing, correct?
I do. I have one up in Fort Collins at the Old Firehouse bookstore.
Okay.
Yep, at 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock, anyone can just come by and meet you in person and ask you any questions, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. We like to hear that. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel Dan Hampton. For more information on Viper Pilot, a memoir of air combat, again, and also today's event in Fort Collins, go to our website, thedenverchannel.com. It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
Thanks for the
your
invitation.
service.